Hey, everybody.
Hi, and I think the mic is on this time.
I hope
Yes.
so. Well,
Welcome.
welcome to Tarot for Today. Divine Dabblings with
Oberon.
Banshee. Hi, everybody. Happy beltane to all.
Indeed, happy belting. Let's have a quick
Oh,
view
dear.
of.
Did you get it right? I don't even know. You're sideways there, Mr. O. You're
Why don't
somewhere.
you just put it
There
there?
we are. Okay.
A beautiful piece that Banshee is wearing.
Yes. And as is typical of the Banshee, I won it.
Would you like to tell the story?
It's just one of those lucky occurrences. We were at a major pagan festival. Well, it's not a pagan festival per se, meeting of Covenant of the Goddess. I believe our local council was
Hosting it.
hosting that one in.
Their annual meeting, kind of like a shareholder meeting if we're a corporation of sorts.
Right, in Indiana. And they had a raffle. And this beautiful piece, which has, wow, chunks of silver and amber and jet and moonstone, comes with matching earrings. So beautifully designed to be perfectly as asymmetrical. Everything the way it lines up on here is just so awesome. I fell in love with it when I saw it, but this was a special raffle item, $20 a ticket. And so, we really could only put $20 down on it. If anything, I was kind of whining to Mr. O. And so Mr. O decided to buy me a ticket. And were you the one
Was it that ticket?
Yes, were you? We only bought one ticket.
Oh, I thought that was an additional ticket. No, it was just the one. Yeah, you're right.
And
Because there was that one fellow who bought a number of tickets.
yeah, there was somebody who bought, I don't know, at least $100 worth of tickets on it. And I was just drooling over it. And then they had this big dance party where they announced the winner. Did you pull the ticket?
Maybe.
I remember you pulled.
I read it and Gail read the number.
Gail
or
read
Rick.
somebody else read the number, but he pulled the ticket out of a thing which he was not looking in. He pulled my ticket, and it was pretty awesome actually. It was, because it was also somebody from our particular
Local council.
local council that created it and put all of her energy into it. She's an amazing person, Lady Pythia.
Lady Pythia, who's well known in our community.
Yeah. So at any rate, that's the story of my necklace.
Oops. I'm not,
And I wear it
No, I'm
on
not copying
very
the field there.
special occasions like the holidays and things like that.
One more
So I absolutely love it. Okay. Thank you. Close up of my chest.
No one should complain.
Anyway. So that's
Thank
the
you.
story of the necklace and my lucky streak. And actually, it was Mr. O who, in a sense, was lucky for me that time. It doesn't happen often, but I'm very grateful.
I don't know about the buffering. We had a problem in our last broadcast where very briefly, like literally a second or two, our operating system went down. But most people said they didn't really notice much of a difference. It just really picked it up. And that was on our end, the software we actually used to broadcast with. So I don't know for sure,
So today, real quick, I'm going to pull a card for the collective. And it is from Colette Barron Reed's Wisdom of the Oracle. It's a deck I like. And actually, and I know I've used it before on here, Mr. O, you may pick a card for us. I can read them upright or reverse, so let me see. And it is upright. An interesting card for a day of card readings. We have Message in a Bottle. So what could that mean? What number is on that card, Mr. O?
Number 15. And I will spare the audience
no.
my rendition of the song.
Thank you in advance. So the essential meanings of message in a bottle is communication, a sign. Let's see, a spontaneous oracle delivered innocently by the speaker, pointing the way to your highest good. The oracle's message is Spirit sends you signs when you ask for them, when you believe you will receive them. And when you allow yourself to become fluent in the language of symbols, oracles, and omens, they may come to you as a bird flying by, a logo on a truck, a song on the radio. Expect confirmation that you're pointed in the right direction. Keep your ears open, for someone might say just the right thing that will give you the answer to your question. Today, your message is this: Spirit hears you, and the reply is favorable.
Banshee, I'm going to put on the technical difficulty screen
Okay.
because we have 3 to 4 people saying that they're having buffering glitches. So I'm going to
Okay.
quickly look over at our dashboard just to see if there's something going on that I am not aware of or something. I don't know. It's always hard to say. It seems like it's streaming.
I shut the mic off for a minute, too. Oh, wait, no, I didn't.
Can't tell.
Okay, well, we can't figure out if there's any problems on our end causing that.
Yeah, we can't actually, so I'm not really sure what I can do to help people.
Okay. So is it any better now, or is it about the same, guys? If my mic back on. I'll wait and see if we get a response. We are live, right?
Right. Can everyone hear us? Can anyone tell us if we're still here?
There's esoteric. Seems to
Okay.
be working now.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, E.T. Welcome.
Thank you, everyone. That helps a little bit. I couldn't really see anything here that might have been causing that. So usually
Gotcha,
I'm
Phone 82.
I'm wondering if it's just possible that maybe it's individual connections or, you know,
Well,
a lot of
everybody's
people
using
maybe
the internet
on the
now.
internet at this time, you know.
So it's hard to say what's going on.
Our producer, Mr. Monster, has occasionally told us, because he does a bit of live streaming himself, that every once in a while there's a situation maybe on YouTube where it does seem like everything's all at once and it's slowing down the intertubes.
Well, before I go over the list, is there? Do you want to tell what decks you're reading with today, Mr. O? Is it
Sure.
the
Let
same
me
ones?
get that here. I'm going to use my Tarot of the Northern Shadows. And that's the Knight of Cups from that deck. And then I'm also going to use my Fabio Listrani Tarot, Night Sun Tarot. The Night Sun Tarot. And this is the Magician, which is a little Egyptian looking. Just a little. Maybe.
Okay.
And you?
Okay, well, I still have part of the mix here is my Totem Animal Tarot by Lisa Robertson, and Eugene Smith is the artist. And I have today, I decided to use, there are some differences in court cards and the suits and the major arcana, so we'll see how we do. But I thought I'd bring out my Forest of Enchantment Tarot by Linnea Weatherstone and Marilla Elwood is the illustrator. And it's just so beautiful and so springy, so why not? Nice green backgrounds to the cards, borderless, and just beautiful. Ten of Boons. That right there is the Ten of Pentacles. It's just a gorgeous deck. So we're going to try to make do. I have a little cheat sheet of the suits just in case I get lost with what's what. Because I haven't used the deck a lot, but I have used it some. And finally, I do have the After Tarot, which is, a Rider Waite, but with a little more, with a little after side of the card. Which I
Did
think
you
is
say
kinda
it's an
cool.
afterglow?
Afterglow? Maybe.
Maybe. Hi, Laura.
I see Avinash has joined us.
Laura
Laura's
joined
joined
us
us
too.
before.
Hi, Avinash.
So I'll get that.
And I like the Night Sun, but I haven't worked with it a whole lot, but enough to kind of maybe do something today with it. It's a curious little deck. My big problem with most decks these days is whether or not the images are big enough for me to see with my eyesight.
That is the problem these days. Aging eyes, they need to make large print editions for some of us. So anyway, I'll go over the list real quick and we can get started today. Beautiful day, by the way, here in Michigan. Just love it today. Have windows and doors open. It's been great. So we're starting today with K Dash, and then Ronnie, Sunny D, Merwin, Balkis, Angel, Himani, Masonic, Esoterics, Fem82, Laura, and Avinash.
So we have added you, Avinash.
Yeah, we've got you on the list.
Good to see you.
Good to see everybody here.
Yes.
I hope everybody is doing well and staying safe as we continue to go through what we're going through. So far, so good with us and our family, and that's important. So
Absolutely.
we're good to go. And again, happy Beltane to those who celebrate, like ourselves.
Happy May Day.
Happy May Day as well. And it was simply a beautiful weekend. And, it's sad that people can't get together and celebrate, but in spirit, we are all together still. Okay, let's move
Alrighty.
on. All right, so we are on...
Laura likes your shirt.
Oh, I thank you, Laura. I thought I'd dress a little bit up for today. I don't know, just shake some of the doldrums. Because it's just same old, being at home all the time, doing everything at home.
Start? Let's
I'd
get
say
K
start
Dash.
K-Dash.
Yes.
We need your question, K.
I remember you were here first last time, and then we couldn't quite find you, or something happened. I don't remember. Was that last time or another time?
It might have been. I'm not sure, but she is numero uno this time. So we're waiting on you, Kay.
There we
Okay,
go.
achieving goals over the next 3 months.
Okay, I'm going to use my Night Sun Tarot.
Okay. Don't want to try my tricky Forest of Enchantment deck
Let's wait a little bit.
as we get used to the new cards. I love it, though. It's so beautiful.
So I don't have a lot of light pastel pinks or yellows in my shirt collection.
Nor do I, really. I have a few yellows, but yellow and orange are probably the least that I have.
And orange may not be the typical spring color, since, of course, it's often associated with Halloween.
It's true.
Oh, my. And, but technically, Halloween is exactly 6 months opposite now, Beltane. And so one is life and one is death. So I'm just a corollary kind of person. I think it looks nice with my cranberry sweater. Yes. Alrighty, here we go. Achieving goals.
Yep. Let's see what's up for 3 months. All right. Okay, put it down.
The Hierophant.
Gotcha.
8 of Pentacles upright. And then the reversed 4 of Wands.
Okay. So the Hierophant. So this is about goals. And and the Eight of Pentacles. It seems
Yeah,
to
wow,
me that,
that's interesting.
I don't know if you are going to be part of maybe teaching someone or if you yourself are going to be learning in the next 3 months on how to accomplish your goals. It seems like either the role of a mentor, one way or another, is here in my
Yeah,
feelings.
that could be more displayed by the Hierophant here, suggesting that maybe some opportunity comes to you that allows you to mentor, to work with somebody. It could just be partnering where you're just sharing skill sets, but there's sort of the sense that you're trying to bring or be brought towards more craftsmanship, I guess,
Well, and
right?
also, the Eight of Wands, I see that just shows somebody who's very diligently hard at work. It seems like if you want to make progress on your goals, I think the next 3 months you will do so. But
Yeah.
just apply yourself at it because the energy is there for it. I think also with the Four of Wands, it's reversed. It's never a bad card either way. It is a sign that, you will be building some type of foundation towards your goals. You might not be totally exactly where you want to be at the end of the 3 months, but I think that you will not be dissatisfied.
Right. This could just be the suggestion that with, things going on with the virus and stuff like that, some of our plans are maybe a little bit altered, a little bit slower, but usually the Four of Wands reversed is not considered a bad card. It just sort of seems to maybe have some delay attached to it or a slight downscaling in plans, that kind of
And
thing.
the Four of Wands is that kind of card. It's a rarer card in that when I look at it, there really is no downside. It's just a matter of degrees, maybe, of how much progress you've made. Would you have liked to have gotten all the way at the top and finish and complete your goals? Sure. But you've made progress, you've advanced, and you're moving in the right direction. So there is nothing to be disappointed about.
Okay, is that an in joke in there about the mentoring? I'm not. Hey, don't we all need all the help,
Oh,
I can't tell you how many people I know
oh
who
hi,
are
Divine You.
really, needing things right now, whether it's mentorship or just really needing somebody to understand. So you're doing the Lenormand.
I certainly am.
So as far as achieving goals or what your goals are, it looks like there's a sharing and or a move towards perfecting, and maybe it might involve you having some amount of direction in this, how it's being, worked. I don't want to necessarily say mentor or being leader in charge, because these days I sort of think that things are organic and symbiotic in a way.
Well, it's kind of interesting. We've got that whole idea of mentorship and learning, but the first card I drew here was the ring, which means, now this is relating to your goals in this sense. It means commitment. So, I think one of the keys is remaining committed to your goals. And also, there's the lilies here. And I'm thinking, maybe this means, don't I'm trying to think of the right word. Don't stop moving on your commitment. Don't slack off. Keep moving forward. Make it a long-term goal. These goals should be long-term. I think that what you're talking about here, and that's what it's saying is
I keep
work and
looking like
make
I
a
want to jump in,
commitment to
right?
them long-term.
It's about the maturation thing, right? It's like it hasn't really
Okay, that's true.
come into its season yet, or it hasn't fully matured yet. So you need to stay committed. The commitment of the
Okay,
ring.
thank you.
Well, that's what I would say. I don't know if it was
I,
what you would say, but
I was close enough. I guess I just wanted to say that, yeah, I think it takes time. It's going to take time for this. And it should be, you should be thinking of these goals that you're working on in the next 3 months as more long term ones. And that's what I think we see for you, K Dash. I hope that helps. Looks very positive to me, like there's forward movement.
I don't know, Angel, if you remember Marlo Thomas, the actress from That Girl, but I remember that when the show was popular, there was some ridiculous columnist who had or person who had a 10 worst dressed women list. Do you remember that? The 10
Maybe,
Phyllis
but
Diller was usually on it, but he put Marlo Thomas on it one year and he said, Halloween every day, which I thought was a real slam.
Also, I just want to add one thing for you, K Dash, because it was just I was trying to hold that thought while you were talking. Sorry, because you know how things are in your mind and then they're gone. But you know, if you didn't have any goals in mind, you're wondering what you should be working on in the next 3 months. I would just add that it looks to me like it could be business, it could be business or education related in some way.
Yeah, I suppose that we didn't quite exactly say that, but
Well, with teaching and mentoring to some degree, but we didn't really specifically, and I'm not sure if that's what you were after, if you had goals in mind or not, but just to give you that perspective as well, if you needed
Alrighty.
it. And that's what we have.
okay, thank you, Kay.
And so, hey, Ronnie, you are up. I see you are there, so go ahead with your question.
I'm going to stick with the Night Sun Tarot. Perhaps.
Okay.
No, that's okay. It was okay if you did that. Okay.
Oh, okay. Okay. So you've just met online? Have you been in person yet? Met in person or just online? That's interesting. What is okay?
online.
Just so we know. You know, it is interesting. I saw people. I didn't really watch the news story, but there was a news story that was going on about how our social lives are changing and the dating scene is changing due to the virus and everything. And I didn't really listen to it, but yeah, there's so many factors to consider with what's going on today. Oh,
Oh, wow.
there is some mighty powerful cards here. There's a lot of energy here in communication. I can see, you know, the online aspect of it in these cards in that, okay, one of the first cards we got though is Wabam, the Death card, upright. And then we also have the Tower card, upright. And then we have the Eight of Wands. And the Eight of Wands to me, and they're all upright. The Eight of Wands to me is like energy, communications, messages and things traveling fast.
Yeah, it's really, the emphasis is on things moving quickly.
So this
Speed,
is,
energy.
I really want to get this right because this is like some real powerhouses here. You know, I think that this relationship, so you're asking specifically what the future is. I think there could be there's one of two things here. This could indicate that there's going to be some radical change happening, you know, for you because of meeting this person. It could be a huge change for you. But it could also mean that, you know, this situation is undergoing radical change right now. You know, in other words, you're meeting each other online now, but maybe it means something else is going to change that and you will have a physical meeting. What are you seeing here?
Well, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
There's maybe it's like you could say it's something transformative. Like maybe no matter what really happens with the relationship, there's something highly transformative about this happening, or what the potential could be. But I'm also wondering if you think that the tower means like something fundamental being grasped or understood at a certain, you know, cost or a certain level of understanding that has to happen.
Yeah, the tower's the tricky card in the bunch here because it's acting as though, you know, this relationship, you know, where it's heading could be a real learning experience for you. Not necessarily a bad one, although the tower sometimes certainly can indicate that. But I think that you are going to learn a lot from going through this experience of meeting this person online. Have you ever done the online dating before, or is this the first time?
Right.
Because I'm wondering, because it seems to me that this is going to shatter some ideas you have about things or some notions that you've always been operating under. So it's going to make you feel like altered from the experience.
A part of this may be something to do with the fact that there's
Okay.
a speed or an energy that's moving us along. There's just really something about this that's going to really kind of pick up steam. And so it may move quickly towards whatever this realization is. Some big change in your life or some big change of circumstance, and or this idea that something transformative and groundbreaking is learned, or somehow is a focus, is something you have to philosophize over or understand at a heart level.
Well, I think that this could be a unique, transformative experience for you one way or another. I'm going to see if the Lenormand gives us information, as to.
Then it just seems like maybe it's just going to move quickly, and that you're just going to find there's some really fundamentally strong things between you, things that are either opportunities for lesson or change.
Well, this is interesting that I got these two cards. One of them's the newer one with the Lenormand. This is really interesting because, of course, the first card I drew is those nasty little mice. Now, what does that mean here? Well, let's see what card is influencing it, moderating it. We have the mask. And so I think here, that basically this means that a lot of pretenses and the masks will fall aside. I feel that you are going to be able to see more into each other and get a good feel for each other and determine if this relationship's going to be a go or not. Do you know what I'm saying there? Do you see that?
I think that this is saying that it's going to be a matter of time, and that you're indicating that you will probably develop this slowly, and that over time you will sort of
See
each of
through.
you sort of see more of each other. I think that's what it is. It's not saying that there's a duplicity so much as just the
No.
fact that when we engage with each other, we are not necessarily everything that we say we are. In fact,
Right.
a lot of times we're just really more of a blank slate. And so that filling out of that happens over time, I think, is what these cards are saying.
Well, and I think there'll be a lessening of that over time. Now there's this point of we want to get to know each other, but we also want to leave a good impression. So in time, that facade or those masks will fade, and you'll be able to see more of the real person. So I think that's a positive here. It's just the way these fell and the impression I got. Somebody else reading these may look at this completely different.
Yeah, we're not exactly sure it's about hiding things. It may just be about what you want to portray and how much. I mean, some people think an omission of facts is a lie. I don't necessarily, depending on the circumstance. And
I'll get to the list in a minute.
okay, hi Divine. I'm not sure.
Hang
So we're
on,
gonna do that.
Divine.
All right, so you were going to do a quick Lenormand, or we did that? Yeah.
We did that.
Yeah.
So I think that's what we have for you right now, Ronnie. Feel free to ask a little bit more as things are developing here for you, and good luck with that. Okay, I want to go over the list because there were some questions.
And we have 7 ocean skies you can add.
Oh,
And we're going to head up our list right now so you'll be each able to see where you're at in that list.
yeah, we take everybody in order. Welcome to the show, Seven Oceans. But we're developing a list here, so I'll just go through where we're at right now.
All right.
We have Sunny Day, and then Merwin, Balkis, Angel, Himani, Masonic, Esoterics, Femme 82, Laura, Avinash, Divine You, Butterfly, and Seven Oceans. We think we can get to everybody today. We're going to work on it and hang with us. But remember one thing, if you have to leave, kind of keep checking back and forth, because if you miss your turn, we have to move to the next person. We'll give you a few moments, but then we have to move on.
So specifically, Divine, you're a little bit down towards the bottom there.
Yeah, you're 3 from the bottom, Divine. So sorry about that.
And you're welcome, Ronnie. I hope that helps.
You're welcome, Ronnie.
All right. Let's do the
We're-
love reading for Sunny Day.
Oh, Sunny had her question. That's right. Okay.
It's a love
wait a
reading
minute.
for
A
next
3
3
month
months.
love reading. Okay, you want to do one of mine?
Sure. Is one handy? Did you want to use your enchanted?
I think we'll use let's use the enchanted. Why not? We'll give it a
Highest
shot.
seal.
Highest seal, I'll add you to the list. It's kind of long, so we'll see if we can get to everybody. I think we can. It's still early enough, and we got to get moving then.
Yeah, I know. We've only gotten through 2 readings, right?
Yeah, we're on the third.
Okay. You are added a seal.
All right. One more. For good luck. Or something. All right.
Did you want to know what that
Messing with
was?
my cards already, Mr. O?
No, I wasn't.
It's all right. All good. I
I
love
like
this.
the back of those.
They're beautiful. They're
Yes,
just
quite
beautiful. Let's see if I can read with them. Ah, that one's a pretty clear card. I think you'll find them all fairly clear. So obviously, the spells are wands. The boons are pentacles. So that's the 7 of Pentacles, which is, see, all the doors. And then the page of wands. So what you have here, Sunny D, is nice cards. You have sunlight, which is the sun in the traditional tarot. You have the 7 of Pentacles, which look at all those doors. And you have the Child of Spells, which is the Page of Wands.
Sounds to me like the
Something's
signals
happening.
are saying that it's okay too if you take any initiative here. It does sort of look like that, like maybe you've been waiting around, but maybe it's time to kind of,
Yeah, the 7 of Pentacles is a card of like, you have to put in some effort if you want things to happen. Love is not going to come knocking on your door. You're going to have to go and seek it somehow.
But sunlight is a good
Yeah.
aspect towards romance, marriage,
Absolutely.
things like that.
It's a happy card. Sunny day, you got a sunny card. And the Page of Wands indicates some good news. Some romantic possibilities do exist out there. The start of something could be in the offing. I would, all of these are very positive cards. But to me, it seems like if you really want it to happen in 3 months, you got to do what you need to do to put yourself out there to make it happen.
Bunnies at springtime, that's definitely romantic. Sort of
Oh,
kind
hey,
of.
Dr. V.
Hi,
I'll
Dr.
add
V.
you on, but it is a long list, so it's going to be a while. And I think we're going to, let me see how many. I'm not going to cut it with Dr. V, but I'm going to put the line there just in case. Dr. V might be the last. All right, let me do a quick Lenormand for you, Sonny, so we can move on and see what you got. See if anything shows here. I shuffled already a bit.
These are Lenormand. I don't usually shuffle.
Oh, you
them.
don't? Why'd I give them to you? I must have wanted you to.
Well, I gave him just a little, I put my Beltane thing on it.
Well, I think something could happen. You have the tree here, and you have the lilies. And so I do think that, I think that if a relationship occurs in these 3 months, there's a good probability that this relationship could grow, and mature and develop in time. I kind of sense that something possibly longer lasting could happen.
Yeah, it looks like it's a matter of time, but it looks like the aspect towards growth is pretty much there. So, some things grow slowly. Love grows slowly sometimes.
Yeah, that's true too. So, hang in there, but everything looks really, really positive, I'd say. And especially getting the Page of Wands, I like that card here. It kind of indicates the
It's
start of
cute.
the start of something new.
Alrighty.
So
So that's what we got, Sunny.
that's what we have for you. And Dr. V, you're on the bottom of the list, I'm sorry to tell you. So hang in there with us. And we're on Merwin. Hey, Merwin, you are number 4. After Merwin is Balkis, Angel, Himani, Masonic, Esoterics, Fem 82, Laura, Avinash, Divine You, Butterfly, Seven Ocean Sky, Asil, and Dr. V.
You're welcome, Sunny.
You're always welcome. Yeah, the tree again. That is a thing about health as well, and so maybe it's saying if you are ready, also it's time to make that move romantically if things
Do you
are
have
getting
a
better.
hard rock tarot over there? Because I think Merwin's question demands a hard rock tarot. If not, we'll just go with my tarot, The Northern Shadows. It's a little bit,
Well, it's really
whatever.
funny he says that because I do have that goofy little deck that isn't it a rock star deck? I think I have a rock star deck, but it is upstairs and it is not a tarot. But someday we'll have to bring that down
Okay, so
again.
this sounds like a pretty good yes or no, right?
Yeah.
So let's go ahead and do that.
And get a kick out of it. Well, we'll see. I think that is definitely a yes/no question.
Sometimes I confuse some of their songs with another band from that era, so I'm not going to embarrass myself because I guess I just wasn't a devoted enough follower. I love to sing the songs if I know the words and no one else is around. But
One more. Now this is a nice shuffling deck. I like it.
yeah, I like that deck for shuffling, definitely.
There. Or I should say a ruffling
I'll
deck.
let you do the counting. You like to count.
Okay. It looks like it's leaning towards no.
He's under the weather.
Yeah,
or he's
I
thinking
don't
about
know.
something else.
We've got the page of or wands reversed, and we also have the 9 of swords upright. So, I don't want you to feel bitter or disappointed about it. The 9 of swords can be maybe intimating you. But if we're talking about if he will see it, it might be because there is something else weighing on his mind right now. And it could be some false starts with business, and what else is new or some bad news connected to business right now.
Yeah, maybe they were going to tour. They were thinking about mounting a tour, and of course, it's probably been delayed.
Yeah, I think it's some negative business concerns and stuff that might get in the way. But do not be overly disappointed because it sounds like it could be, just things on his mind.
And it's always the thought that counts, just the fact
Yeah.
that you remembered his birthday. That's pretty cool.
Let's see what else we get here.
I don't remember any of my rock legends' birthdays. I don't think I do. However, there are several celebrities or authors or people like that who are born on my
I have the
birthday.
perfect thing to say about this, Merwin. So you got the wishing well,
Oh,
and you've got the social, like the park card. And so to me, when I saw this right away, I thought, you know what? He's probably getting a lot of well wishes and things from fans, etc. And so it's just part of the big mix of them, and it might have gotten lost in that. But it is always good to give those well wishes.
I think it was a fun question.
Yeah, I do too, actually.
It gave us a chance to be a little bit like, oh.
So, but I think that's interesting. This came out the way it did, don't you think?
So, can you recap that for me?
Well, if you think about it, that's the wishing well. And in a way, she's wishing well
Yes.
by wishing happy birthday. And then we have the park card, the garden, which is kind of like, so I was suggesting that.
Your wish was on social media.
Well, and I was
'Cause that's what that
suggesting
says
that Mr. Mick is probably getting a lot of wishes on
I
social
did
media
hear that. You're right.
now.
Yes.
So, I don't know. It's just kind of my impression when I pulled that for you. But thanks for such a fun question. I think that was awesome. And I'm sorry it's not the perfect answer for you, but it is what it is with people out there in celebrity land.
Okay.
And Balkus, you are next. But thanks for that, Merwin.
Thank you, Merwin.
Balkus, you are up. And then we have Angel, Himani, Masonic, Esoterics, Fem82, Laura, Avinash, Divine You, Butterfly, Seven Ocean Sky, Asil, and Dr. V. I'll go to my animal one next time. So, Balkus, are you still with us? Type the name.
Yes, I will do that. And we'll see what happens. We'll give them another moment.
Last final call for Balkus. We'd hate to move on, but we must. If you don't show, please tell us you're there. I don't think I've seen them in a while. Maybe they just came in to say hi.
It's always possible. I think we should just move on then. So we're going to move on.
Hang on. Oh, Gina's here. Okay, Gina. Nice to know you're here, though. Welcome, welcome. So, okay, I'm going to put Balkus at the bottom. And we're going to move on to Angel. Angel is next. And
Hi,
then
Angel.
Himani, Masonic, Esoterics, Fem82, Laura, Avinash, Divine You, Butterfly, Seven Ocean Sky, Asil, and Dr. V. And then Balkus if they return.
It was great for giggles.
Well, yeah, I don't know why everybody's having a lot of technical difficulties today. I think that there's internet issues.
Love is in the air.
Okay. Hey, Gina.
You are on the list, Asil.
Yeah, you're definitely on the list.
Maybe they didn't hear their name.
You didn't hear your name, Asil, but you're second from the last on our list. You're after Seven Ocean Sky. And then I said Asil and Dr. V. You're holding up the bottom of the list. There's still 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You're the 11th person from Angel.
And Angel, maybe...
Yeah, do you want to type it? Maybe Angel's gone as well and just checked in to say
Angel
hi.
has to do other things.
And see, people are coming and going, so the list might move faster.
It actually does end up happening. Usually more in the second hour, but...
You know, I don't know if Angel's working today, too. It might be that they're at work and doing the reference.
We call it divine fatigue. Waiting for your turn.
So, last call for Angel.
So Angel may drop in later. We'll see.
All right. I am going to put Angel after Balkus. And we are going to move on to Himani. Hey, Himani, you are up.
Himani. Oh, there's Angel. Whoops,
Angel,
whoops.
yay!
Okay, whoops, okay.
Okay, Angel.
Talk
You
about
just-
11th hour.
You just made it. Welcome. All right.
Okay, we were going to use your deck, right?
Yep.
Outlook for
our new month of May. That sounds good. Himani, we will do you right after with the general reading. Okay.
We'll go over the list in a few moments.
Yeah, hang in there, Dr. V. There's probably about, I'm going to say 12 people or 11 people in front of you. But we haven't made it to the last hour yet, so I'm pretty sure we're going to get through everybody. Here you go.
Yeah, it's just a weird thing with everybody's connection, I guess.
Well, I hope it's not on our end with this old equipment. I am thinking now I might have to fast track getting the computer. It's hard right now. Because I really didn't want to buy it sight unseen. I wanted to go talk to someone, but it is possible I may just do that.
All right. We got you, Angel. Here we go.
Yikes. Okay, Angel. May is going to be kind of tough. We have the Justice card reversed. We have the Tower upright. And we have the Star reversed.
3 major arcana.
There are 3 major arcana cards for sure. So I'd say that May is going to be a month of some big experiences for you. The Tower, indicates to me again, this is the second time with a different deck we're getting the Tower card. And it's a time of learning some really big lessons. Something you're really going to have to take in. Going to rock your world a little bit, whether it's good or bad, one way or another, it's going to rock your world. And go ahead.
That seems like rocking of the world.
Rocking of the world in kind of a pessimistic sort of way. The Justice card upright, too, may seem that something is, whatever the lesson you're learning, it's a lesson in balance or fairness, may have a role in this. I have a feeling that when I'm looking at these, that this is what the Tower's lesson might be about. What do you think?
This decision?
Well, it's balance,
Injustice?
It's fairness, it's
Okay.
Decisions, but of course it's reversed. And so I think that, you might be learning something about fairness and the lack thereof, and what that means in your life.
Well, I'm thinking it's probably more likely going to be something going on that is structure. So I don't know if it's job. I don't know if it's anything to do with your domicile, something like that, or if it's anything to do with conditions around you.
Okay, so you're getting that from...
both of these
okay,
combined.
okay.
This one just sort of says outlook feels diminished. Outlook is guarded or very cautious feeling going on here.
It seems as though that whatever happens kind of leaves you with a sense of not feeling a sense of optimism. You feel like your world is a little shakier. And so you're going to have to work hard on trying to regain that balance and perspective, and figure out how to move forward from this.
Is it possible that there is something that is either legal or just some sort of decisionary process that, I don't know if that's a word, decisionary, that looks to have some potential for you to have to learn something or undergo
something.
Yeah.
Take something in from this experience too. The Tower upright, I always say, is better because we always take something, we get something out of it. In the best case scenario, you will hopefully not have to repeat that cycle again.
Hi, Balkus. We had to move you down the line. Yeah, I hope it's not legalistic because that would be bad. I'm not necessarily sure I see it that way, but it could be something infrastructural. What you got?
I've got the cross.
Ooh.
And I've got the lilies.
Something ending, something beginning?
Well, maybe, but I'm also thinking that maybe something of a long-term significance, maybe something that you've come to rely on is either coming to an end or there's some sorrows attached to it right now. Wow, this is pretty heavy for this. May seems to be kind of a heavy month for you, I'm just going to say. The lessons that you're going to take in from May are going to be strong ones.
Yeah, I can't really add to that since I don't know that. I'm just going to go with what she says there. I do feel like some of these other cards do sort of add to the idea that this is emotionally not happy. I don't want to say sad, but I'm just going to say you're not going to be happy here.
You're going to be grieving I almost think it's something, like I said, that maybe you have come to rely on. That's something that's been, a part of your life for some time is going to come to an end, an abrupt ending. And that's the best way that I can put it. And I don't know that this is a relationship. Like he said, it could be job related. It could be even structural related. Maybe there's some kind of move. You have to say goodbye. Maybe it's possible that people are moving on and moving away. And that is going to rock your world a little bit. So look for, expect something like that to up and come in May. And it is going to be some type of focus for you. And that's what we have, Angel. Wish I had better news. Oh, that's interesting. So there's a bit of an unsettled feeling. We ourselves have been doing a couple readings today, and there is something that's kind of going to be rocking our world too, I think. It's definitely coming up. It's not the tower, but there were certain things that kept coming up that's making me think something's going to happen.
Yeah, I work for a city municipality's library, and I didn't like the cards I was getting. It sounds like something is changing with that too.
So, Himani, you wanted, I know you put your question.
I think
so
you said general.
I think it was just a general. Uh-oh.
General reading. Yep, I got it. Oh, you're off?
I don't know how. There I am. Okay. General reading? Okay. So, do you want to use your deck or one of mine again?
We can use mine.
Okay. I'm going to get out my After Tarot for the next one.
You're welcome.
So, Himani, you are up, and after that is Masonic, Esoterics, Femme 82, Laura, Avinash, Divine You, Butterfly A, Seven Ocean Sky, Seal, Dr. V, and Balkus. Because we did read for Angel. We got you just in the nick of time. Yep, we got you, Himani. We'll do a general reading. I think this is a time of transition for a lot of people, and also, it's hard to imagine business going back completely as usual like people say it will. But I think that we're going to have a lot of tower-like experiences coming out of this, things that are going to change us, hopefully, and we will learn from.
Hi, January. Just here to listen. Sounds good.
Hey, JG, yeah, because you'd be at the bottom of a list.
Okay, so we have 3 cards. We have, ooh.
Yeah, it's reversed.
That's the tower, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah.
We got the tower again, but this time it's reversed. We'll talk about that, Himani. And now we have, what is that one?
The 4 of Rods.
4 of Wands, upright.
And the Ace of Swords.
Both these are positive cards, and yet,
Not that one.
yeah. So we've been talking a lot about tower energy today, but this is the first time I think we're getting the tower card reversed. And so there's a caution here, Himani, that, we go through a lot of crises in life, and it's how we come out of those crises that are important. So, we're all going through this whole thing right now with coronavirus. You may encounter some difficulties related to that or something else in the months ahead. And so what it's saying to you is be sure not to ignore the lesson you need to learn from this. Because if you do, you're going to go through this again and again and again until you learn what you need to learn. Now, that being said, I think up and coming, you have a chance here to build something, some stability in your life, whether it's with family, whether it's with somebody, whether it's at work. There is some solid foundation being built. The Four of Wands is a positive card of that is happy coming together of things in your life. And the Ace of Swords is a victory of some sort. So that's why I'm really surprised here to see the Tower reversed, So don't let this victory and this great foundation you're building crumble away because you're not learning important lessons that you need to take in.
Well, to me, I agree with you. That other card seems to be something maybe that's dissipating, that may be just your consciousness or mindset towards the idea that there is this quality in our lives right now that we have to learn this lesson, all of us. This card seems universal on that level. The other two cards to me are suggesting maybe that some gathering or some occasion you may be able to go to, maybe a virtual one these days, some meeting, some occasion may lead to an undertaking that you will begin. Maybe you'll be given a challenge. Maybe somebody will suggest a course of action for you. Maybe if you're looking for it, maybe somebody offers you a job. I'm not really sure, but somehow some movement comes to you, something you can do, an undertaking.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think it's through this possible social occasion or a meeting of people.
Yeah, I often don't read the Four of Wands that way. I know that it can be a social occasion and gathering or a marriage even. It could indicate marriage, correct?
It could.
It's one of those cards, but I
okay.
think it depends a lot about the other cards surrounding it.
Well, maybe this means that there is some particular challenge or undertaking that will come your way through that. If not now, maybe soon.
Well, clearly something can come as a result of this education. You may be setting the stage for building a foundation in your life due to what you've learned. It'll either lead you to a new career or a new path, something new that you can build upon.
I'm wondering too if that maybe if you've been doing this for a little while, or if there was a period in between, and maybe you've changed some of what your coursework is going to be, what your goals are with education too, because that could be what this card means. Then maybe that you just found you needed to change that because it wasn't working out for you. What you got?
Well, I don't know. I think that I got the Rider. And the card that keeps coming up in the Lenormand a lot today is the Lilies card. And I'm wondering if you're going to get some news either from, I'm looking at this and I'm thinking that this is news that may affect you long term in some positive way. I think this is a positive thing here. Maybe it's about an investment. Maybe it's about something that's going to affect your life for well into the future, but some news is going to come, or some movement towards something that is going to help you in the future, because the Rider can also be about movement as well.
Well, both of these I feel are a corollary maybe to the Ace of Swords, the idea that this news presents the opportunity to you, and that it will be something that
has long-term significance.
Right, it will be something that will grow with you.
Yeah.
So that's what we have. All right.
Yep, we're doing fine, January girl. We're
Thanks
hanging
for
in
asking.
there. Hey, Masonic, are you with us? You are up. And after Masonic is Esoterics, Femme 82, Laura, Avinash, Divine You, Butterfly A, Seven Ocean Sky, Asil, and then Dr. V and Balkus.
You're welcome. You are welcome, Himani. No, don't delete your YouTube channel.
Oh no.
I can tell you the answer to that.
What?
Are people harassing you over there? What's going on?
Did you want your cards again?
Let's do yours.
Oh no. Well, I guess that sounds like a yes/no question. We'll do that and see what the Lenormand adds to that. So I am filming, after we get done here, I'm going to be filming my soul stories finally. There should be 2 coming out fairly soon now. I had to pull a few props together yesterday and look at some old photos, which was fun. We reminisced a little bit about them. My family, my crazy family of people. Now I'm doing one that has to do with how I picked the name Banshee and my actual name Banshee's Shadow Wolf and the magical kind of unusual occurrence that happened around that time. Kind of reinforced, I guess, my choice in a way, just to give that away. And then I'm doing one on dreams. It's going to be some snippets of different types of dreams I've had and you know what they mean. They're not always dreams that are predictive per se. There could be dreams that are psychological as well.
It's a yes or no.
I know.
Alrighty. Surprisingly, we have no Sunny Boy here today.
I know. And oh, look at that, the 13th card.
We have windows open, so we think that he's upstairs perched on a window.
Well, normally we have this open on a nice day like this, but today we didn't want a lot of the outside noise in. Well, look at that. I'm sorry, look at that. Masonic. It's saying probably no. It is leaning towards no, you should not delete your channel. But there are some negative cards here afoot. We have the 6 of Pentacles reversed, and we have the Devil reversed. Although I don't think the Devil reversed is a negative. Clearly, you need to, free yourself from something. I don't know if you maybe need to re-envision your channel, do something different with it, but it looks as though you do need some freedom or liberation of some sort here. This card reversed is asking the question to me, and this is the 6 of Pentacles reversed, is, are you giving enough of yourself are you putting enough of yourself into this project? Is there more that you could do? Or if it's a matter of, people not responding appropriately on that channel, is there something you can do to control that more? Go ahead.
I thought that maybe it was you were giving too much.
Oh, really?
Well, but I guess it could be
Okay.
the opposite. I guess
I guess I could see that.
But see, this is a card of overindulgence on occasion now. Of course, it is reversed.
Right, it's reversed.
And of course, that's overflowing. So
Well, but that's our marker card generally.
true. So maybe there's the indication of balance. The Devil card really does talk about balance on some degree. So maybe there's just, I would suggest just maybe taking some time to think about it. Don't delete it, but, just maybe.
Right. I would say it's saying not to delete it, but if you need some time away, because the Devil card could be indicating that as well, is that you just need to break free once in a while and take a break from it. Get your mind off of it a little bit so that maybe you will be in a better position to give more towards the project. You'll be more refreshed. You'll have a better frame of mind for it. Because it looks to me like there is trouble in paradise, but it's saying not to let it go. Let's see if the Lenormand says anything more on that. Well, maybe it's a question of time, Masonic, because look, I've got the tree here, and I've also got the moon. And it seems to me, there could be some success for you, but it's got to grow. It needs time to grow and develop to prosper. So I feel that also, you're going to, if this is something that really you value, I feel also the moon might be saying, if your heart is really in it, you could be successful at this, but it's going to take time. You have to be in it to win it because it's going to take time. I mean, really, for all the time we've been in it so far, we're growing, but it's a very, very slow pace. So we realize we're in it for the duration.
That was me.
I know, but I'm looking at you to confirm what I said.
Well, both of these kind of symbolize time to me. And on the one hand, the moon sort of symbolizes cycles of time. So, excuse me, some of this may be saying too that the moon waxes and wanes, so it seems to increase and decrease, increase and decrease. And so I'm thinking that the tree is stability, and the point is that there's a lot of vacillation. You just kind of have to kind of ride with it to some degree. But also too, the moon has a quality of relaxation and some ambulance to me, sleepiness. So maybe it's like take a nap on it, just reflect on it from a dream point of view, like maybe dream about it, think about it. Try to imagine things about it that you can work with that will help you. Banshee doesn't agree.
Oh, I didn't say I didn't agree at all. Where did you get that? I was just moving on,
Okay.
tidying up the spot.
Moving on.
We have to play that medium game again and get more in tune.
Three's the charm.
If you haven't checked out our medium videos, perhaps you should before you ask us another question. I'm just kidding. We have so much fun playing that game. Hey, Esoterics, you are up. And after Esoterics is Femme82, and then Laura, Avinash, Divine You, Butterfly, Seven Ocean Sky, A Seal, Dr. Victor, and Balkus. Oh, why, thank you, Dr. V. I decided to dress up today and put on this beautiful thing that I won. This necklace is something I won. It's amber and jet and moonstone and a lot of silver. So it's really, and I also got the matching earrings with it. It was designed by somebody very special to us. You might have missed it. In the beginning of the show, we talked about it.
All right.
So we are on Esoterics. Are you with us? There's sometimes a delay.
So give you a moment and then I'll type your name in.
And Mr. O posted his emotional exchanges on Friday, and people have been watching. So if you've missed it and you want to know about relationships for the week ahead, go check. Well, not just relationships, emotions in the week ahead.
The currents and undercurrents.
The currents and the undercurrents. Check it out.
All right. What card shall we use? How about my Night Sun again?
Sure. Absolutely.
Okay, thanks, Esoterics, for the question. Let's go.
I'm going to pull out my other deck for the next one. Whoops. God, they're slippery. Almost lost them. So anyway, I can't wait to do my dream one either because I'm very much into dreams and dream interpretation. If anybody ever, I'm not really super great at it, but I would just say that I have a family history of dealing with dreams and dream interpretation. So I'd be happy to advise people on the side if they ever have any questions about a dream they've had. But again, I'm no expert. I've just had experiences. There. All right.
3. Thank you, Dr. Victor, or Banshee.
Oh. Yes, thank you, Dr. V. Well, all right, I can't. Oh, okay. Really interesting here because we have two knights, don't we? We have the Knight of, that's Wands, correct? So we have the Knight of Wands, upright esoterics. And then on the end, we have the Knight of Cups, reversed. And in the middle, we have the Four of Pentacles.
Okay,
I'm gonna let you go.
To me, some of this suggests that some of the decision is about letting something maybe that you don't find as pleasing or emotionally harmonious go. It may be a decision about that to some degree.
Direction, yeah.
Right. With the other hand being that the Knight of Wands shows something more exciting, more growthful, more opportunity comes to you. So the question is, you may have to let one go or to understand its limits to focus on the other. What's in the middle between them is that Four of Pentacles, and it's reversed. So some of this is saying don't put a material concern on it, maybe, that you can't really hold onto it too tightly or let it go too loosely. You can't guard it too much, but you can't be too free with it. It's got to find the balance too between these two ideas.
Yeah, this is a really tough one for me because on the one hand, I see these knights are almost like they're competing with each other a little bit here. We have this knight that's bringing in news about an enterprise and possible growth. And then we have the Knight of the Emotions upset and reversed. And so it's kind of like, don't let your emotions, don't let over emotionality interfere with your forward progress. I think that's what I'm seeing here, this balance between the two. And over here, it's kind of like saying you're going to have to, if you want to receive something, you're really going to have to give something. It's kind of like what he said. It's about the balance. So in other words, if you want to receive blessings or some positivity or, something from the direction you're going in, you have to be ready to give. You can't hold back. This is going to be, a lot of give and take going on here, especially with the two knights.
I know, and I might have led the charge here. I have to give a full disclosure, esoterics. One of my best friends says I'm the most ambivalent person they've ever known. So I see that idea there, like, oh, you can't be too this, you can't be too that. That's me. So, but hey.
So I know she asked, do I have clarity? It's kind of funny because this is not very clear to me, but it is. I think it's just saying balance here between the emotional and the drive, and also to make sure that your emotions don't color the forward progress. If you really feel positive about this direction, you need to keep charging at it. But also remember, it's a give and take proposition here, and you have to be ready to do your part. No holds barred.
So let's do those Lenormand.
So a very interesting reading.
Yeah, that was a cool
Esoterics.
reading. I like that reading. Thank you. Thank you for those nice words. We're not sure, Ramesh. We have a pretty full list. We'll see.
We're doing okay. We might be able to get you in, but we'll see. I'll put you on.
Okay.
Let me write it down underneath here, but we'll see. I think we're going to be tight. All right, so the Lenormand. This one wanted to stay on top. Fits. What? Okay. That's better. So, I have the cross. I don't know why this is coming up a lot lately. But then I have the wishing well. And because of the way they fell, I'm thinking that, a time of mourning or grief is passing, and this not necessarily from a death or anything like that. It could be from an old you that you are leaving behind for, better opportunities and good things to come. So you may have to give up something or leave something behind in order to move to a more positive outcome.
Right. It's another way of looking at those, maybe with a little bit more of a distant kind of gaze over it. The idea that you advance towards your wish by saying goodbye, by putting, the capstone on something else. And I sort of see that too here, is that there is that distinction of just saying you're choosing maybe to not dwell on those emotional aspects, or to let them kind of recede. It's not a dramatic thing. It's just sort of saying they're not being as much of the focus as that is.
Now, for me anyway, and I don't know, I can't speak for all Lenormand readers, but it's really important with how I draw these cards. And I drew the cross first and then this after. Now, if I had drawn it the other way with the well first and the cross after, I might be telling you a different story. But I think really what's happening here is more positive in that, you are moving on to something better, but you have to let something go in order to do it. And it's not, there'll be some sorrow or remorse, but you realize for your growth and where you're going, it's time to let it go. And that's what we have for you, Esoterics. I hope that helps.
Thanks for checking in.
And Femme82, you are up. And after Femme82 is Laura, Avinash, Divine You, Butterfly, Seven Ocean Sky, Asil, Dr. V, Balkis, and Ramesh. Woo-hoo. And we're closing it there. No more names after Ramesh. All right, so let's wait and see. And even if people leave, I think that's just going to be it for names. So Femme82, are you with us still? I think so, because it wasn't that long ago that they responded to something. So let's see.
Yeah, we'll give them a moment, and I'll type in their name if I have to. You're very welcome. Much love to you, too.
Love to you, too. Love the last reading I saw on YouTube. It was awesome for Aries. Thank you.
Good stuff.
Got some info out of there I needed.
Yeah, so, a lot of the readings I'm getting from people like yourself and elsewhere are really significant right now, because a lot of stuff is very true coming down in my professional life. My other professional life.
So again, a call for Femme82.
I'm going to type them in.
Type the name in. I think they're here, so there might be a delay. We know we get a little bit of a delay. And there's been some glitches today, for sure.
We'll give them another moment or two. Here we are.
There you go.
Okay.
Okay, shuffle away.
We got your question, Femme.
So great to see everybody joining us. I mean, I don't know where you're at, but it is an absolutely beautiful day here in Michigan, getting near 70 degrees today, Fahrenheit for those not in the U.S. Okay.
So the first card is the Ten of Challenges, which is that like the swords? Yes, I saw the sword there. Then we have a Ten of Spells, which you said that's like the wands. The wands. And then the Three of Visions, so that's the cups, right?
And that was upright or reversed?
It's reversed.
Okay, we've got some reversals here. So right now, that's the Ten of Swords. I'm not sure.
So there's two tens, which
There
are
are
kind of
two tens,
interesting.
and they're both saying different things in a way. And then there's the
This
three.
is like the cups, right?
Yeah, three of cups. You know, I think that they have dealt with a lot of issues in their life recently, and maybe some of them are starting to ease up a little bit. And so right now, maybe they're just feeling kind of overwhelmed, like they don't know how to have a good time right now. They're just not ready for something happy and good in their lives. What do you think?
Well, I'm not sure that these cards specifically address how they may feel about
Yeah.
you, but I do feel that they give us a clue that it seems like there is some emotional stuff going on for them right now, that they have a sense of beleaguerment, that to some degree, it's actually a dichotomy. Some things feel they're pressing in on them. Some things feel that they're liberating to them. But at the same time, they sort of feel like they're not really happy, or they're not enjoying things that they might think they should be enjoying. So they sort of feel like maybe they're in the middle. Some things are getting better, but some things are not. Is that what they think about you, I guess? I'm not
Well,
sure.
it's possible when I'm looking at this and thinking about what they could be thinking about you, Fem 82. So very ambiguous cards to me, but I would say that maybe they're sensing that, you could lift them out of some of the negativity that they've been experiencing. It's possible they could feel you as somewhat of a breath of fresh air from what they've been going through recently. I can see that a little bit here with this Ten of
That's
Wands
better than
reversed.
what I was seeing. Yeah, I like
But
that.
there's not a lot here that's very positive right now, and I'm sensing it's because of something else that they have gone through in their lives. And I'm going to see if I can pull anything else out of the Lenormand on that. It's interesting we have the two tens. We're getting some interesting push-pull kind of cards today, when you think about it. They're one side or the other, and they're clashing a little bit with each other.
So we're going to pull the Lenormand, and I see Eleni out there. Hi, Eleni.
Hey, Elaney. Well, I got the Sun card, which can't be all bad here. And I got the Bridge. And so I'm thinking, to me, keep this connection going. Keep this connection alive for now, because it looks like, a connection could be made. There's some positivity associated between the two of you here. So I think the cards are a little bit unclear about what's going on, but I think it's saying not to abandon this connection at this time.
Right. I think that what they're seeing here is that something about you, they feel they trust, or they feel you're going to show them a way. You're going to show them something, and you're going to lead them towards something, or you're going to go there and learn together, or you're just going to be able to learn from each other. But it's sort of like knowledge is the journey, or the journey, can be knowledgeful.
How profound.
I'm thinking of that bunny in that commercial with the long
The
Fu
Blue
Manchu
Bunny
bird.
commercial.
Yeah, yes.
You have reached funlightenment. I like that.
Fun night. And we don't have any more ice cream.
And that's what we have for you today, Fem 82. I hope that helps, but feel free to, delve further into this at another time. And hey, Laura, you are up. Laura, and then Avinash, Divine You, Butterfly, Seven Ocean Sky, Asil, Dr. V, Balkis, Ramesh. Eleni, I'm not really sure we could get to you today, but we are moving along. I'm not going to, rule you out, but you're a little late today.
Okay, the next 3 months.
I know I said I wouldn't write another name down, but there I did. But for you, Eleni,
Because sometimes in that last hour, that last half hour, all of a sudden people drop out, and then the line kind of
right,
advances.
so we never know what's going to happen. So,
however, we have a pretty big line.
well, we've went through a lot, really. So what do you
Yeah.
got? How are the next 3 months going to be like? All right.
I can't believe that we're almost near our last half hour.
So you shuffled, right?
Time flies. Yes, I did shuffle.
Do you like this deck, Mr. O?
I like the deck. It's a little challenging, but I do like it. The figures do have a resonance. So we have the Seeker of Visions. So that's like a
The page is the seeker. No, yeah, the seeker is the knight.
the Seeker's the Knight
Yes.
of Cups.
Visions is cups. Yes, I like that.
We have the Nine of Spells. So that's the Nine of Wands.
Yeah.
That's reversed.
Well, is
they're
that
both
reversed too? Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
they were
That's
both
all right.
reversed. Oh, this one is 2. It's the Eight of Visions, so that's the Eight of Cups. And so they're all reversed, so this is interesting.
Okay,
You're
so
welcome
it's
to
the
maybe.
page. Oh, no, it's the Knight of Cups and the Eight of Cups, and then we have the Wands. So emotions and maybe work or enterprises or something new seem to be the focus. This is like our general, right? The next 3 months.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say it's going. There are some challenges for you here, Laura. The Seeker of Visions is indicating, that maybe some project or plan or job is not going to turn out the way you had hoped it would. There's some negative something happening in the next 3 months that is going to be disappointing. Maybe some
The Seeker's
setbacks.
more like the Knight, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it could be that, and it may not be directly affecting you, but maybe more on the periphery. So it may just be that there's emotional things happening around you, comings and goings, people coming into your life, people coming out, people having fights with you, or worse, or a little bit of the opposite. It could be a little bit of both. With this one, the Eight of Cups reversed, though, something also says you may have to scale back more rosy visions and maybe just sort of like get with the program. You might have to stick a little bit longer with something that you're not as comfortable with because you're just trying to resolve some of what the challenges and issues are now, and some of that means just sort of sticking with the plan.
Did you get ahead of me?
A little.
That's
one?
okay. Yeah, the Nine of Wands reversed is a card of just like whatever's happening here. These might be connected to me in some way where, this disappointment that's coming. Oh, and this is the cups too, the Knight of Cups. This disappointment, this setback that's coming does have to do with work or something, but it could also be just something that you weren't prepared for. You weren't prepared to face it. So it could even be that it's an emotional disappointment, something in your love life or your relationships that you just were not prepared for.
Could it be somebody you really like at work, a nice coworker is leaving or is having a situation, something like that?
And then the Eight of Visions speaks of return to something. So I don't know if it's a return to somebody comes back into your life, you move back to somewhere an area you used to live, you revisit a former job. There's some returning back to something in your life that you felt had more meaning.
I differ slightly. I sort of see this more as a possibility of looking at some of the changes you're doing and saying, no, I'm going to sort of scale that back and stick with the plan. It's more like maybe seeing reasons why you have to stick with things. Not necessarily the reasons you like, but maybe some circumstances are saying stick with your plan a little bit or stick with the status quo.
Yeah.
Time's not the right time to make big changes.
Okay.
Or return to something else that works better.
Or my solution. Sometimes we agree to disagree. Right?
Right.
I just think that sometimes, our intuition also takes us in different directions, and one of us has got to be right.
I'm channeling my inner Flip Wilson. I think it was Flip Wilson. I may not always be right, but I am never wrong.
Oh, that sounds like an Ashley Brilliant.
No, Geraldine used to say that.
Really?
I think Flip Wilson's character, because it would have that sort of tone. I may not always be right, but I ain't never wrong.
Well, generally this is bad stuff, but I'm looking at this a little bit differently here. Okay, so you got the Scythe, which is a cutting card, but then you got the snake after it. But this is interesting to me because the way I drew them, and this is how you read it in a way, the way I drew them, I drew the Scythe card first. And you notice the way the point of that is pointing at the snake. So it's kind of like, to me, saying you're going to be cutting away at some bullshit, excuse my English, but you're going to be cutting away at some snarky behavior, maybe somebody who's been trying to pull a fast one on you, or maybe hide some information from you, being sneaky, being snake-like, being deceptive. I feel that that's going to be cut away at. Do you want to go into that, Mr. O?
I agree with that. I think it's sort of like maybe finding remember I said maybe it was a work situation too, like maybe it's finding the snake in the grass there, and that person gets routed, either through your actions or just because it does happen and you're aware of that.
Yeah.
So I wonder if there was somebody in some more structural part of your life or another part of your life who was causing problems.
Well, that seems like that's going to be eliminated. They're going to go away.
They go night-night.
So that's what we see for you, Laura. I hope that helps. It's kind of a different reading for us today.
Well, maybe, and that's what launches you off into a different direction too.
Could be.
Or back to the other direction. You're welcome.
Switch up decks.
All right. I'll take my...
Hey, Avinash. It is your turn, Avinash. And I'll go through the list while we're waiting for Avinash's question. We have Divine You next after Avinash. We have Butterfly, Seven Ocean Sky, A Seal, Dr. V, Balkis, Ramesh, and if we can get to Eleni. We have a half hour left.
Right. Avinash, thank you for your question. I think we've talked about this before. Of course, it sounds familiar. All right, so let's see what we got here.
Okay.
They hadn't been in touch with you in a while, and I think we had sort of indicated we didn't see that changing.
Well, let's see.
Go ahead.
Things change.
Do you want to do that as a 3-carder this time? Or not?
Let's do 3 cards.
Mm-hmm. Get something else there.
I think so.
And thank you for your question.
All right.
We have 3 cards. We have the 5 of Discs upright, also known as the 5 of Pentacles or coins. We have the 8 of Rods reversed, and that's also known as the Wands, the 8 of Wands or staffs. And then we also have the Chariot reversed.
Wow. Avinash, I never like to say never, but I'm just going to say that these cards are very challenging cards for this relationship. The 5 of Pentacles is a very difficult card. It's speaking of a lack. There's a feeling of lack. There's a feeling of helplessness, not being able to move positively forward. There's weakness, possible ill health. This is not a happy card. But let's move it forward with these other 2 cards, because these 2 cards fit together to me in a way. We have the 8 of Wands reversed, and then we have the Chariot reversed.
Yeah.
And both of these cards are cards of movement, but they're reversed. And so what it's saying to me is there's no movement. There's nothing changing. It's staying the way it is right now.
Right. It does seem to be that way. The first card I find interesting because although it talks about a desolation, it suggests to me that it's more felt on your part necessarily than maybe the husband's part. It's hard to say for sure, but it just sort of seems like there is this chasm that's going on there.
And when the 5 is up, when it's upright or reversed, how do you read it as far as, like, is there help available?
it seems like there's something more available to you in terms of solace or consolation, but it also seems like maybe you're not exactly ready for that or you're not seeing that.
Maybe you need to take heart in the fact that what's happening now is sending you a clear signal of, what you need to, that you need to move forward. But let me see what the Lenormand has to say.
I just want to briefly say, too, that I just sort of feel that this card, the Eight of Wands reverse, suggests that there is no movement at all, and that the Chariot represents a sense of motivation, and that's not there either. Both of them represent movement, but this one goes more to the idea of being motivated, being empowered somehow to create movement, and those are not there. They're just not there. I'm sad to say.
Well, this is interesting because these are not bad cards in the Lenormand, but I just wonder what they're trying to tell me here. I have the bridge, and I have the tree. And, in best case scenario, these are positive cards. This means that a bridge, that maybe a bridge that could be lasting is being built here. But you know what? There's no movement and nothing changing in where things are now. So what I think, Avinash, these cards are trying to tell me is I recognize here that, the relationship, you really felt that you had a strong connection to this person and that, there would be something more vital happening. But I'm just not sure with the tarot cards I see here that that's the reality.
Right. It just doesn't seem like we're getting any more clarity other than what we have here.
What I'm feeling is it's just saying to me what a strong, that I realize how important this is to you. So we do not take this lightly when we tell you what we are telling you. Because I do feel you felt you had a strong connection and possibly a lifelong commitment with this person. But I'm not sure, that it exists anymore.
Yeah, it seems to have moved away.
So I would feel that, feel free to come and ask again. But I also feel like maybe you should be thinking now in terms more of, where you yourself need to go from here. Not so much more about what the other person is feeling, but where you need to go from here. And that's just my advice right now because that's what I'm seeing in the cards. So I wish I had better news for you, Avinash, but take it for what it's worth and what we've had to say.
That's what we have.
That's what we have.
So thank you.
And Divine you are up. After Divine You is Butterfly, Seven Ocean Sky, a Seal, Dr. V, Balkis, Ramesh, and Eleni. And one other thing, it sounds like it would be stagnant, Avinash. One other thing is, we're only tarot readers. I certainly don't want to ever tell anybody to give up on something that's really important in their lives completely. Mm-hmm. You are the only one who's going to really be able to decide when that time is right. But I'm just only telling you what we see in the cards right now, and that's what we see.
Okay, the next 3 months related to work.
Okay. You're very welcome, and I wish you the best.
So we are nearly in our last 20 minutes. I'm sure we're going to possibly go into some overtime.
It's never easy to give bad news, I want to add. So I don't do it with I do it with a heavy heart often. And whenever I can, I try to look for a silver lining. I think I had that discussion with someone today on Twitter. It sounds familiar. Did you shuffle?
Yes.
Okay, so next 3 months at work. Okay. Should you trust your boss? Well,
never.
Now. Let's see what you got. Whoa. You have some sword elements here for sure. This is definitely, to me, kind of a work-related reading.
4 Pentacles upright.
Is that the 4? I thought it was the 2.
Oh, I'm sorry. You're right. I'm
knew
looking
it
at
was
that
the
symbol
2.
there
I'm
that
like,
looks like a
what?
4. See it?
Yeah, but I
Sorry.
looked
Sorry,
there.
sorry. It's been
Move
a
on.
long day. Knight of Swords upright.
Upright. So those 2 are not bad cards, but then we have
Thanks, Angel. Could take it 2 ways right now. 3 of Swords. Upright. So you had all upright cards.
you had all upright cards. 2 out of 3 are not bad. But I will say that, the key is maintaining balance here at work, and stability. I think there is balance and things will be kind of smooth. It looks as though you're going to have some decision or situation that's going to need to be addressed with the Knight of Swords coming in here. And there is, I will say, obviously, I think the 3 of Swords is indicating somebody is giving you a hard time. You have a lot of difficulty balancing your emotions at work right now, maybe due to the stress this person is putting you under.
Is this person, this boss person, male or female, are they trying to separate you from other people or other aspects of your work or situations? Like, are they saying you need to do something for some other good and that's why you sort of feel the distrust there? I'm sort of getting that a little bit, maybe. I don't know. But in general, more or less, I agree with what Banshee said. There is this idea here, I guess, that business is okay. It's okay. It's not
steady.
It's steady.
It's like a truce of sorts, but or
Yeah.
like a balance, but it's tough.
There is some sort of action going to maybe expand. Maybe they want to expand, so they're being cautious about it. But maybe that is the idea too about where the trust comes in, because maybe the idea of expansion would possibly create weaknesses rather than strengths. Does that sound funny?
Huh. Yeah, well, honestly, I do think something here is hurtful in a way. Yet you're going to be able to get through this okay, is my feeling, because the 2 of Pentacles is there. And also, the Knight charging in could indicate that maybe, you're going to start reevaluating things there. Do you want to keep putting up with this? Is it time to move on? Is it time to consider other possibilities? This is somebody who's definitely taking charge and, well, not taking charge, but charging ahead. I should say it that way. And maybe that's you. Maybe you're going to take the bull by the horns a little bit and confront this.
Yeah, that's a very good possibility there.
Let me look at the Lenormand and see if that's a good idea right now. I'm not sure.
Well, it doesn't totally say that, but in a way it does say that maybe you could consider that. If I go with her idea there, then maybe you're the person who needs to advance that notion of leaving. It's really on you, I guess. Sometimes this represents a separation. Though in this sense, it could be that you're deciding to do that for yourself. I'm not exactly sure of that. Some of what I said before, I think, resonates more with me.
Well, God, how does this relate at all? I'm not really sure. But you have the bouquet, which is very positive. And you also have the park, which, since this is work related, this could be with people you network with, things that you are doing with others. It seems as though somebody is going to toot your horn. You're going to get some acclaim for something that you're doing, whether it's from your boss. Maybe word will get to your boss, but this is something very positive. Also, if you are considering moving on, like the Knight of Swords might suggest to me, you might find something through some of the networks that you've created, through work.
Yeah, it's interesting. I almost feel like if it is coming from within your workplace, maybe it's a surprise thing happening and you don't realize, but maybe somebody did notice something and is possibly going to acknowledge that.
I mean, sometimes this indicates like a bonus, or you could
Yeah.
get a little perk. That is possible. The bouquet is something very happy, and something also that gives you some self-esteem as well. It makes you feel good.
But on the other hand, maybe you get the bonus by moving on because of the social networking you did.
Yeah.
And your next place gives you a hiring bonus.
Much to consider here, I think, Divine You.
Interesting, DU. Alrighty.
That's what we have for you today.
And Ramesh, I saw your question there. Your turn is coming.
You're not there.
But not
You're
yet.
still at the bottom. We're on Butterfly A, Seven Ocean Sky, and then a seal, Dr. V, Balkis, and Ramesh, and Eleni.
Ah.
We're getting there. We're getting there. We're getting there.
Uh-huh. So who is
Oh,
next?
your job is networking. That's really interesting.
welcome.
Then. Well, there's something to
Something
you
was in
from
there
it.
about that in a way, yeah.
Interesting.
Oh, that's right. Jeannie Clean said she didn't need a reading. Thank
Yep.
goodness. Don't you dare change your mind.
Well, you can't now, I'm afraid. That's a given. Oh, have a good dinner, Gina. Have a good one. We had some Detroit-style pizza yesterday. It was
Yeah, that's pretty
awesome.
good. We gonna have that for leftovers or save that for tomorrow?
Maybe. We'll
Let's
see. We kind of got our fridge stocked.
Thank goodness.
And you made some awesome chicken noodle soup again, Mr. O.
Oh, you didn't like it that
Time
much.
for me to bake again.
You didn't like it that much this time.
Well, I thought your last batch was a little better, but I like it.
Well, I think what you have to do is you have to put a little more pepper in it, maybe, and that'll kind of balance it the way you want. Ooh. Goodness.
Ooh. That sounds awesome, Divine You.
Hooray for pizza.
Butterfly, are you with us? I don't see your question yet.
Butterfly. We hope you didn't fly away. I'm going to take
Ooh,
them
you're
in.
having pizza tonight. Cool. Yeah, we went out and bought the pizza. We are like...
We had it delivered.
Yeah, well, okay, that's true. We didn't go out anywhere. We had it delivered. And some of their wonderful, what do they call them? Turbo cheese breadsticks. Then we had a nice salad for ourselves, too. Got to have some salad.
That's right, we did.
And was there dessert, Mr. O?
Yes, there was some sort of like chocolate chip pie cookie.
Ginormous cookie.
Yes, it was nice.
Okay, Butterfly, I'm going to have to pass you by.
Yeah,
Last
we
call.
have too many readings. So
Going
unfortunately,
once, going twice. I know we have a delay, so I'm giving her a second more. But I think we're moving on. Okay.
we just mentioned it a few moments ago, Ramesh. You're still a few down on that list.
Yep. I'll read it again, Ramesh. I just read it. So Butterfly has passed. We're going on Seven Ocean Sky. If you have a question, Seven Oceans, now is the time. And then a seal, Dr. V, Balkis, Ramesh, Eleni, and we'll be done. Doesn't it? I saw Gina's.
All right, there's Seven Ocean Skies.
Okay,
Guidance for the
awesome.
next 3 months.
Okay, we'll take care of it.
All right.
Yeah, Gina, you're right. That saved us.
And to all of those here, please like us and or subscribe. If you subscribe, there's a notification thing and you will be notified when we are online. Generally speaking, we are on live stream like this twice a week. Sundays, Eastern Standard Time, 2 to 4 p.m. Thursdays, 7 to 9
Did you
p.m.
shuffle?
Yes, I did.
Okay, that's what I thought.
7 to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So we are on Seven Ocean Skies. And, ooh,
Do you want to pick them up?
yeah.
Oh, Butterfly.
Oh, we called and called for
We
you.
called and called.
Oh.
I had to put you at the bottom. I'm sorry if we hadn't started this reading, but we did.
Yeah, we're actually on.
We're on the next reading,
Seven
Ocean
Ocean
Skies.
Okay, so we have 3 cards. We have, this is your reading, Seven Ocean Skies. We have Temperance, upright.
Is that the 3 again?
No, that's the 4 of
Oh,
Swords.
4 of Swords. Okay.
Yeah, see it there slightly in the
Okay.
background.
That's interesting.
And then the Chariot upright. So your cards are all upright, and you're framed by 2 major arcana, Temperance and the Chariot. So those represent aspects of duality, but specifically with Temperance, I'm thinking it's saying don't do anything really over the board one way or the other. It's sort of like keeping a moderate level. That's your guidance in a way. The Chariot says, kind of goes along with that, is that any momentum you are moving on, any projects you're moving on, if you see some opportunities to leap ahead fast, check those out. You may want to be more cautious about some of that, because also too, the 4 of Swords really is also talking about maybe night maybe taking a little vacation, or
Talk
maybe
about-
stepping back somehow. It's really interesting, isn't
Isn't it? Well, it is. And so I look at these 3 cards, and I have to say, Seven Ocean Sky, that to me, the Temperance is all about finding balance and harmony and being at peace and with yourself. It's such a tranquility seeking card, you know. You need peace, and the 4 of Swords kind of reinforces that this is a period of rest and kind of taking a step back and recouping a little bit of your energy. And then we have this Chariot that's kind of like move, forward movement.
But I'm blending them a little bit.
Well, and so am I. And so what I'm getting there, Mr. O. And so what I'm saying is that I think that after this period of pulling yourself together, you know, don't get too carried away and hastily move into something. Move with purpose. Move with a calm demeanor, not frenetic. Make your moves count. And find that balance and harmony. You know, don't this is going to be a period, I think, of some forward movement for you, but it's how you do it that's going to matter here. It's how you come out of this period of recooing yourself and how you move forward. If you move forward with crazy scattered energy, that's what you're going to get. But if you move forward with purpose and calm, tranquil thought and movement and mental behind it, you will do fine.
I think that the Temperance card also to me shows that there is a lot of grace and balance around you. I think you just need to remember that, or you probably do, and that's the kind of person you are. You should just channel back into that.
Sorry, Butterfly. Apologize.
But thanks for letting us take you off the list.
Yeah.
Okay, hurry up.
I do what I can here. Seriously. We want to make sure everybody. Oh, this is interesting. Well, you know, I would say in the next. This is the next. What is this question again? The next 3 months, right?
Guidance.
Guidance. Well, this is kind of talking about, I think, because I pulled the dog first, and then I pulled the bridge card. This is sort of saying to me that within the next 3 months, you need to reconnect with somebody in your life. You need to reconnect with a friend, maybe somebody you've been out of touch with a while, somebody kind of important to you, whether it's family that can be as close, you know, friends can be as close as family. Family can be like a friend to you. This is somebody who you really feel good about. You need to reconnect because they could be a big help to you in the months ahead, or just somebody you need to talk to again to bring you to that state of peace and calm and tranquility. You know, maybe there's somebody that you had a lot of good times with, good feelings about.
Take a breath, Banshee. I think this is your Yoda. This is the person whose advice you generally trust the most, and maybe they're just not always very current around you, but maybe somewhere in the back of your head you'll realize you need to connect with them. You said the bridge was first, right?
No, I said the dog was first. That's why.
So I think that person helps you find your way. And maybe it's an aspect of yourself too. I mean, maybe your best friend is yourself, you know. And so be loyal to your own true desires and you will find your way over that bridge.
Well, because I got the bridge last, that's why I was saying it was reconnect, bridge with a friend. But it's okay. You can, if that's what your intuition tells you, Mr. O.
And Dr. Victor posed their
I
question,
know.
but indicated that they would not be sticking around for it. So
Oh,
we will
okay.
do it when we get to it.
That's right. We will do it, Dr. V.
And you can check it out later.
But
so right now
we
we're
are
on.
on a seal right now. A seal, it is your turn.
Hopefully a seal is there.
And after a seal, we'll do Dr. V's question and then Balkis and Ramesh. And Eleni, if we can get to you. You're still with us, Eleni. All right.
So a seal.
A seal?
Go ahead and type in
Are you gonna do my
a
deck?
question.
My deck.
Feelings and future actions of Samir towards me.
Okay.
Okay.
My deck.
Yes, I know. I heard you the first time.
Did you know we're using my deck?
Let me
Sorry.
use my deck to determine the answer to that question. We got you, Asil. We're
Yes,
doing
we
your
got
reading
you.
now.
We're doing it right now. You're good. Okay. Let's see what we've got for a seal. Whoa. Well, a seal. So I'm assuming that this is maybe a relationship you're thinking about here. What is that card again?
That's the Queen of Pentacles.
Queen of Pentacles reversed. Then you have the Devil upright. And then you have the Two of Cups.
So that Two of Cups suggests
Va,
that this
va, boom.
is some sort of relationship. It may not necessarily be the primary, but it looks like it's an important relationship.
Yeah, and the Devil upright says that, you know, you got to be careful here. I'm not sure if it's Samir.
Samir.
If Samir is having these feelings or it's you towards Samir, but you asked about their feelings. So I'm just going to throw it out there and say that they could be kind of the possessive or obsessive type. They might be very much into, you know, even the sexual aspects of the relationship. They definitely could get obsessive about their feelings. And it seems to me that they're leaning towards getting a relationship going. So you got to be careful here, though, to maintain your own balance and stability throughout this. You know, make sure you don't lose yourself in this relationship, because I
Right.
think it could be easy to do. That's the Queen reversed here.
Well, as I mentioned, this idea is that somehow it is involving some relationship, and I think Banshee's right. There may be some addictive qualities here, and it may not necessarily just be on that other person's part.
Yeah, I
It
know.
is possible too that there's something of a chemical reaction here, whether this is, you know, love or just sex, or if there's something very friendly that approaches serious, you know, great platonic love of some sort. But the Queen of Pentacles seems to tell me that it could have some effects on your ability to be productive, that you could overwhelm, as Banshee said, and or that maybe there's a sense of stagnation, or maybe there's a sense of procrastination, putting off things, getting a little bit lazy, too contented, too happy with material comfort.
So you have to be careful to make sure that, you know, that if this turns into the good thing it looks like it could, that it's not too much of a good thing.
And right, that could be that person towards you. It may not be that. I mean, I'm sort of feeling there's an ambiguity here. It could be you.
Other parts of your life matter, so don't get lost in, you know, the flow of the relationship.
So let's do our Lenormand.
Yep.
Ooh.
Wowzers. Okay, so I'm going to say this too. We've got the Fish and we've got the Sun. And so this thing could flourish. A relationship here could flourish. There's a lot of positive energy attached to this overall. But be careful, because also the fish to me is abundance. And, be prepared for the fact that, this could lead to more. You might end up in a relationship where there could be a pregnancy or something like that. I have
Yeah.
to say it, there's fertility attached to this in
Right.
some way.
Yeah, I think that this direction or flow of the relationship may lead towards something you'll find out that will be mostly a good thing, but maybe it will be unexpected.
Hey, Jenna, I don't think we can get to you today. I'm sorry.
It's
think
pretty
we
full.
got-
We're definitely going to overtime with several other people.
Yeah,
So we're sorry, Jenna. But it was a nice day to take a walk, though, wasn't it?
Yeah, we didn't yet, but we will.
We hope to, yep.
So that's what we have for you, Asil. Thanks for waiting. I hope that helps.
So we're going to move on to Dr. Victor.
Dr. Victor's question is
And we
up,
have
so we're
that?
going to
Yeah.
do that.
Okay.
And then we're going to move on to Balkis and Balkis, I'm not sure, is here. Ramesh and Eleni. And we're done. So you're doing your cards again? Okay. I'm doing them a lot.
Didn't we do yours last time?
I know you did them twice in a row.
Do you want me to do a different deck?
No. But you will now, won't you?
No, I didn't. I went back to the same one. Okay.
Okay,
what's coming
Dr.
towards them
V's
in May?
question
What type of
was,
child is our newborn?
what's coming towards them in May, and what type of child is our newborn? Well, that's a toughie. How are we going to do that?
Well, let's see what we can do. We could just do the 3 regular ones and then maybe 1 or 2 for the child.
Okay. And then the Lenormand, I think, is going to be for the question.
All right.
And not the child. So I got to shuffle, right? Yep.
It's okay, Jenna. Don't worry. People come late all the time.
Yeah. It's just sometimes we can get to you, sometimes we can't. That's all.
You're welcome, Asil.
You're welcome, Asil. Join us again. Got it. Okay, Dr. V, this is what we're going to have for you.
What's coming in May? How interesting. Definitely some sort of new opportunity.
It's reversed.
Oh, well, you may find that it's getting a slow start. There's an Ace of Pentacles that's reversed. There's a 3 of Swords that is upright. And then there is the Devil card reversed. So it's a little bit of good, a little bit of bad.
Yeah, so Dr. V, this is what I would say about May. There may be some financial downturn or possibly a missed opportunity relating to money. I'm not putting those together, money and finance. And basically, I feel that, this is the situation we're going through today with the virus. There could be missed opportunities because people are cutting back. They're not hiring right now. Different things are happening. And the situation may cause you some sorrow and disappointment, as I see that here strongly. The other part of this, as he was pointing to for me, is the Devil reversed. And I'm feeling here that this is maybe going to in the end, you're going to be okay with this. You're going to be able to feel like, okay, this frees me up to do something else right now. And you're going to let it go. I think the Devil is saying to me, it's okay. I'm free to make another choice now.
Right. I was just feeling that it's about maybe an opportunity that's just not working out, or some sense of something that is about your material comfort is not working out, and that as the Devil reverse shows, you may have to just resolve that. And it may be something where maybe the materialistic aspects are bothering you for other reasons, maybe because they're just too materialistic, or maybe because there's a demand on more productiveness that you don't feel you can match there. But with the 3 of Swords, I think it does sort of show a change in that direction, or where those energies are going to. So she's going to do the Lenormand.
So with the
We've been doing your reading, Dr. Victor, so you may have to
yeah,
go back
Dr.
and look at
Victor,
the
you're going to
tape.
have to go back and look at it. So with the Lenormand, we are for Dr. V. We have and this is for May, Dr. V. We just finished this reading. We're going to do one about your son in a moment. So this is about work again, and it looks as though, because I always look at the fox as a workplace card, and here's the rope, and I drew the fox and then the rope, and I feel that something quick is going to happen related to employment or money, and it's not going to be good. It's going to be kind of surprising, and I think it's relating to that Ace of Pentacles that we read earlier, the Ace of Pentacles reversed. That's why I'm saying, Dr. V, you're going to have to watch the video to catch the nuance there. We're going to draw a couple cards now for your son to see if we get any information on that.
Right. Michael.
It's we might want to delve into this later when we have more time as a separate question, Dr. V, because you kind of asked two different questions there.
So we're just going to try to do a short one real quick.
I just want to see if we get any impression.
This was first, right?
Do you want to shuffle? Yeah, that's correct.
So I'm thinking that with the Lenormand that she drew, Dr. Victor, that the fox tells me that somehow a clever way of bringing it to a conclusion will show itself. That maybe you will have to figure out
You're putting a positive. That's good, though. I see that.
To conclude that situation there that we were talking about.
He's possibly right, Dr. V, that, when this situation happens, I did say you'll feel liberated to make other choices. And if you think quick and act quick, something positive could come out of the whole thing.
It's the cleverness you're able to employ. All right, so we drew two cards to see if we could get a bead on Michael AA.
I think we're going to have to do this another time because I'm not really sure what to say here. There's the Ten of Swords upright, and then there's the Ten of Pentacles reversed. Tens are very interesting cards because they're like beginnings and endings of cycles.
And they talk about family too sometimes.
Yeah. And so I think that, if I had to read anything now about your son, I would say that he is going to endure some hardships in his life.
Definite challenges.
And it seems like it may have to do with family.
Yes.
Whether it's the family that he has later in his life or his current family.
Well, you say that they're a newborn, and I'm wondering if there was difficulty in the pregnancy and or the birth. Just something hard about that. And then with the Ten of Pentacles reversed, I'm just wondering if there is financial insecurity related about that to some degree.
Yeah, I think we may have to explore this as a separate question another time.
Yeah, we should probably try that again.
But that's what we have for you. It's interesting, though, that we got the two tens. I think there's something there to that.
So that's what we have for you.
Tens are, 10 is number 1, which is beginning, or, if you look at it as 10, it's an ending card. Be interesting to see if that ties into your son's numerology at all.
Yeah, I immediately felt that when I saw that Ten of Swords, because I knew you said that the child was born live, but I thought it probably indicated that there was some intensity about either the pregnancy or the birth.
Hey, Balkus, did you come back? Are you with us?
Thanks, Jenna, and I'm going to have to start hitting you up for some fabric stuff, maybe.
Hey, Balkus, are you with us? I'm going to give you a minute to check, and if not, then we'll go to Ramesh and Eleni, and we're done.
There's Balkus.
All right. Awesome.
Okay. Give us your question or thoughts.
Thanks for sticking with us, Balkus.
I'm shuffling and nothing's going on.
I'm shuffling too.
I should be moving on to another deck.
Well, I'm using this one again.
You're welcome, Dr. Victor. Love in May.
Oh, May. May should be the time
the
for
merry
love and
month
romance.
of May.
I know.
That's
I'm doing my cards.
I know. I'm just nervous. I got to shuffle.
You're welcome, Dr. V. Good to see you again. Go.
You know, a lot of our people that come here to get a reading, they sure have interesting lives. And we thank you for letting us share a part of our lives with you.
Aw.
Aw.
That's so nice, Mr. O.
I know. I had to work at that. Ooh.
Huh. Well, I don't think they're very romantic related cards. But go ahead. What is that one?
Roadrunner.
Reversed.
But it's reversed. It's the Page of Swords reversed. And then we have a Queen of Swords reversed.
Is it reversed?
Or no, I'm sorry, it's upright. It's the Queen of Swords upright. Excuse me. And then we have the Seven of Pentacles, and that's reversed.
So. Well, you want romance. I think you're going to have to work for it. I think you're going to have to be the one to make headway in that regard. You know, the Queen is going to have to find the way to move it forward. Because also the Seven of Pentacles reverse says it's time for you to do something about this. It's really on you.
Right. This to me, and I don't know, if there's the possibility that you have more than one direction to move in or more than one avenue to discover. But I sort of feel like, to me, the Queen frames that or sits over that's the person who can decide things or decide which course to take. So the Page of Swords.
Well, when I saw that, I don't know why, I was thinking it popped up right away and it's reversed. I kind of feel like maybe the month is going to get off to a slow start. It's going to be a false start, maybe to the month.
Well, maybe it talks about a little bit of clumsiness or tact impaired when you're making some moves,
I
maybe
see.
you said the wrong thing, you didn't say the right thing, or you said the wrong thing at the wrong time or something like that.
Okay.
Just a thought.
That's not a bad thought.
And then with the Seven
Communication there.
of Pentacles reversed, then maybe there is the sense of really trying to come out of a period of just sort of status quo. Like maybe you've been just stating it, and now really, May is really the month to move. May is the month to lose weight so you can get in a bikini.
I think you should
Stuff
start
like that.
sooner than May. Shouldn't that be
Okay.
a January resolution?
Yes, there should.
I don't know.
There should. Okay. Well, maybe Balkus doesn't want to be in a bikini. I don't know. So
Well,
let's see what the Lenormand says.
My bikini days are over. I'm just saying.
Men are cursed because they might have that waistline that's small, but then they have this belly that hangs over it.
Well,
so it's not good.
Here's the other part of it, Balkus. What is the problem right now? I'll show you. It's the mountain. And it's the tower. And it seems to me that there are a lot of obstacles relating to isolation.
Oh, yeah, because the tower is about isolation. So it may be that it's just not
Isolation
the best
is
month.
causing obstacles, which may be why May is off to a slow start.
That's
So
pretty
I
much
think
it, yes.
if you, and also what this might be telling me is that until you can come out of your shell and make those moves, you've got obstacles to surmount. It's not going to be easy to find that relationship.
Well, maybe the Seven of Pentacles says there are better things for you to work on too than that. Maybe there's something else that is easier to advance than that, than moving into relationships or love things.
And that's what we have for you today, Balkus.
Alrighty.
I hope that helps. And so now we are on Ramesh. Ramesh, your time has come. I'm so glad we were able to get to you. I hope you are still here. And Eleni, we will get to you if you're still here, and we are done. We are into our overtime again. But we've been getting a lot more readings lately, which is fantastic. For a little while there, when the coronavirus started,
You're welcome.
People dropped off and disappeared, and I felt it was just a symbol of what we were going through. We were all in crisis mode, but people are back, and it's so nice to see everybody. Eleni.
I typed in Ramesh's name.
Oh, I'm sorry. Ramesh, you're up. Ramesh, sorry. Eleni, give us a moment. We're going to do Ramesh first.
You're welcome.
And we've got a few moments to give them. So hopefully one or two soul stories will be coming out this week on YouTube. Stay tuned for that. If you subscribe, you'll get a notification. My first one will be about my name and why I chose to be identified as Banshee. Talk about the process and then talk about the very strange mystical occurrence that happened as soon as I picked my name.
Remember, everybody, that we are on Facebook daily and Twitter with a tarot card for the day. And that's at our Facebook TFT Tarot for today. And also on Twitter, if you want to follow us and share with us on Twitter, we are at TFT Tarot number 4 today. So follow us there.
Last chance.
Last
I'm
chance
sorry
for
we had to
Ramesh.
make you wait so long, but that's the way it goes sometimes with us.
Drop us a line at our TFT Facebook page. We have a mailbox there. You can also contact us by Gmail. We're there too. What else do we have? We got it all, right?
Yep, I think so. All right, I think we have to pass Ramesh.
There's Ramesh.
Oh, Ramesh is there?
Go ahead.
Okay. All right,
we may have a
Ramesh.
slow connection, so go ahead with your reading request, Ramesh. Go ahead. What kind of question?
Okay. We await your question. My cards are yours. Let's go to the after tarot again. Use that in a little while.
Okay, those are people's
Okay,
names, I guess.
all right.
So let's see what we can come up with here.
So we're looking at a relationship between two other people. Okay, we'll see.
Balaji and Shrindhi.
I see. Okay.
Ah, okay.
Okay, thanks for that. Okay, so for you, Ramesh, we have drawn Justice upright, Temperance reversed, and the Nine of Wands upright.
Yes. Some of this is a question of fairness, and some of this is a question
Balance.
of balance, and or maybe that certain people have felt that actions of others were imprudent, immoderate, inappropriate. That's not necessarily a truth, but it does indicate that people have felt that way on this equation or this question. And then also too with the Nine of Wands, some people feel like maybe they feel they're in the position of having to make sure they're enforcing a standard or a situation to their benefit or to their best outcome.
Well, I'm looking at your question because it's about two people and what their relationship may be to one another. And I do sense that there's a little bit of imbalance in their relationship with Temperance reversed. But it's almost as if they're trying to work to achieve some kind of a relationship with each other, something that's, that they can both that's like on a level playing field of sorts. I feel that they're preparing for something. This often means preparing to do battle, but it just means being ready for anything. It's almost as if they are, I'm wondering if they are interested in each other, and it's a matter of, they can't quite they they can't quite find the healthy balance between each other right now, if that makes sense to you. So, in other words, they may have feelings for each other, but it may not work out. And I know you said something about having a crush on one of them.
Right, be my crush.
Yeah. What do you think?
Well, I sort of feel that too. I mean, it is a bit confusing because I don't understand necessarily the names with the genders, etc. Not that that would make a difference totally. Also, I don't really see what that full story is. I'm not. I've scanned through there, so I'm not sure what your full story that you're referring to is.
Well, okay, is it friendship, lovers, past lovers, friends with benefits? Um, I'm thinking right now that we probably should do a yes no to find out if they're lovers.
Okay.
Because this is not very clear. To me, it seems like they have been working on trying to create a relationship. And it would seem like to me it would be more than just a friendship, but I'm not really sure because there aren't a lot of strong love cards here. And what I am seeing is definitely some emotional difficulties between the two of them. Like they are not gelling together well. So let's see. Let's do a yes no on whether they are lovers. I want to rule that out for you at least. You've waited so long. I want to make sure we can give you something a little more concrete. And if you're hearing any extra noise, we have some people outside talking loudly, so there might be some other noise coming in. It's summer.
First, we're checking to see if Balaji and Shirinji are lovers or friends with benefits.
Well, I asked specifically lovers to
Okay.
rule that out. Because with a yes no, we have to kind of,
Be specific.
yeah. Well, I definitely think they could have some type of love relationship or that there is love in their hearts for each other. It seems
yeah.
like it's rocky according to the last reading we did, but this to me indicates something maybe going on in a romantic way between the two of them. They may not have actually actively, let's say, coupled, but that they certainly want that or they're in love with each other.
Okay, so now the question would be whether or not he has feelings towards Ramesh.
Well,
Not
Ramesh, just looking at the last reading, I would say that there is some mixed emotions going on there between at least one of them. I just want to see what the Lenormand is going to say about this. Maybe that will answer the question, but I'm not really sure. My cards are mixed up. I don't know why. There, let me cover that one again and shuffle just a couple more times. Okay. Huh. It's not going to give me any more information. So what I have here is the garden, and I have news. Well, on one scenario, I could say that this is possible that their relationship is leading towards marriage. I get the feeling that, as far as what they feel about you, I sense that you might get news about this soon. It may not be what you want to hear. Do we need to do another yes no on
Let's
this?
try
'Cause
one real quick.
We're going to
Yeah.
do another yes no on this because I want to answer your last question. But you got to understand here, sometimes the tarot is not going to give us an exact answer.
And that answer may only be a snapshot in time.
Yeah.
It may be what it looks like now, but maybe things can change.
So I am specifically asking if,
Balaji.
yeah, has feelings towards you. And I mean, somebody may have feelings towards you and it may not end up in a relationship. But we're going to have to leave it today with whatever this tells us. And you can feel free to come back and ask another time. Let's see what happens. I can't get really specific on this. It's really funny today because for a number of our relationship questions, there have been a lot of non-relationship oriented cards. And, you know, some of them you can read that way, but sometimes they're hard to read that way if they're not leaning towards a relationship. If I'm making sense at this late part of the day. I do believe they have feelings for you.
Balaji does seem to have some feelings for you.
There is the Nine of Swords reversed. And the Nine of Swords reversed kind of indicates to me somebody who, you know, maybe they're moving on, even though they do have feelings for you. How do you feel about that?
Well, to some degree, it is getting beyond a situation where you care for somebody. It's sort of moving beyond the active phase of caring, of really feeling devoted or concerned for a person. So it may be what we're saying is that there's a contradiction here, that they have feelings for you, but they feel that maybe they need to move on somehow, or they need to move away from that more concerning part of the relationship.
I mean, I don't even know. I know they're a crush. I do not know if you were ever in an actual relationship with this person, but it seems to me that I feel they're moving on despite their feelings. That's just how I feel about when this card came up this way. Mm-hmm. And based on what I'm seeing with the energies of the previous readings. So I wish I had better news, but that's what we see right now. And hey, you know, we've been wrong before, so do not take us as Bible truth, but that is where the cards are leading us right now, Ramesh.
In my experience, it's not unusual for somebody to be conflicted over feelings for more than one person, so it is possibly true is what we're seeing here.
We're all only human, and, you know, sometimes you can't shut off feelings. You know, just because you are with somebody else does not mean you do not feel for another. Does that make you, how should I say this? Does that make you, you know, cheating by doing that? Not necessarily if you don't act on those feelings. But I feel that, you know, we're all human and we do have feelings for more than one person sometimes. Does happen. And you know, that's why some relationships break up, because they realize they should be with another person. So it's really hard to say what's going on here, but I sense there's something brewing between the other two right now. But I will tell you this, Ramesh. I want to close with this thought. It looked to me in that reading that there is issues in their relationship, those two with each other. So their feelings for each other could change. It may change in time. And, you know, don't shut that door yet. But, you know, don't keep it wide open either. In other words, think about your options right now. And that's really all I have to say.
Yeah, we really can't do
what you're
any more for
supposed
you.
to do right now is keep an open mind and, you know, move on with your life if opportunities present themselves. I always say to people, you know, if people are meant to come into your life, they will. And if you just start moving and opening those doors to something else, sometimes that brings people back to you. Sometimes you have to realize that waiting is not the way to go. Moving on sometimes is the way to go. And then if you meant something to that person, they're going to say, hey, wait, don't forget about me and come back. So if you don't, you know, that's what I have to say right now. And you can check with us again sometime to see if this energy changes. And hey, Eleni, you are up. And we are done for the day because we're almost a half hour into overtime now. And sorry, Ramesh, we didn't have anything more specific at this time. What?
Nothing.
You look so cute. Hey, Elaney. I think that for now they're moving towards something, but I don't know that they will be together soon because, like I said, it's debatable to me if that's going to work out in the end. It's a lot of things that are just up in the air as far as those two go, but it does seem at least that they love each other. I mean, just because you feel something for somebody too doesn't mean it's going to work out. Hey, Elaney. Last call. Did you type it in? And Elaney will be our last reading for today.
You're welcome, Ramesh.
You're welcome, Ramesh. Good luck. Good luck all the way around.
Well, I'm going to say that's probably it.
That may be it.
Okay.
Although there's 7 people in the room, that's why I was hoping she was one of them. So,
Well,
I guess we are done for today. We want to thank everybody, number 1, for their patience. Number 2, for coming, because it wouldn't be a show without you. And we really appreciate and value all of you. And we take all of your questions seriously. And we hope we give some guidance and good advice. And you want to add anything to that, Mr. O?
no, just it's been a while, 2.5 hours, and we hope to see you again on Thursday.
Yeah. Take care, everybody, and we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.